We're just about to start recording. We're recording.
Sure. Thank you. Hi, Anil sir. How are you?
Anushka, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Anil sir, firstly, congratulations, of course, becoming Nanu. How's
Thank
it?
you so
How's it
much.
feeling?
I'm processing. I'm still processing.
Oh, I mean, it's weird calling you Nanu because you're just obviously getting younger and younger all the time,
No,
right?
I'm not getting younger. I think you're just trying to make me feel good.
No, not at
Well, of
all.
course. Yeah, yeah. It's fun. It's beautiful, and to see him early morning before I leave for work, he starts smiling at me, so it's wonderful. Yeah, it's
That's
great.
lovely, lovely. Now, Anissa, of course, let's talk about the night manager. I mean, I literally, to be really honest with you, I just saw the original version just a few weeks ago. And what a show! What an absolutely fantastic show, and really happy that it's got an Indian adaptation. Now, spy thrillers seem to be the going thing.
Saw it because it's been adapted in
No,
Hindi.
no, 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 no,
I
no,
love
no.
it. I love it. I'm going to tell this to the producer, the producer. See, our show is making your show also to a certain extent, which is
That is
great.
also true,
Yeah,
but
yeah. So
I didn't think it
we
wasn't
also
that
get some brownie points for that. Adding to the to the cash which will keep coming to the producers. Yeah.
इंडियन एडेप्टेशन नहीं होता भी नहीं इंग्लिश वाला नहीं भी होता तो मैं तब भी हिंदी वाला देखती that's first priority
Thank you so much.
no for sure. I mean, spy thriller is how did you say yes to this show?
There was nothing. It was a no-brainer. I just, show was pitched to me. I saw a few episodes, then I read the book, and I just loved it. And then I heard the Indian adaptation, which is even what was fantastic. The people involved were terrific. The filmmaker, the director, Sandeep Modi, the writer, Sridhan Raghavan, the DOP, Ben. So all these people were attached to it or were going to get attached to it. So we had a long decision, and the entire star cast. So no-brainer. I said, yes, let's go ahead and do it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's superb. And
Of course, the platform. That's also a very, very big thing. It's on Disney plus Hotstar, and it was a very, that was also one of the biggest reasons that I said yes to the film. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And your character, it's something very different to what you have done previously over the years. How was it playing the character of Richard Roper? I mean, he's not a nice guy.
Yeah, that makes it exciting. He's not nice. Yeah, but I think somewhere he's charming. He's a family man. He loves good things of life. He loves power. He loves money. He loves a good home. Loves to play golf, and all the other games. Loves children. Loves his son. So all these qualities were also there to make it. And of course, the paramount thing was, of course, he's an arms dealer, which is, of course, evil. It makes him dark. It makes him a villainous. It makes him a villain because he's doing something which is creating war. And of course, war is the worst thing to happen to humanity. It just destroys the planet, destroys people, and has destroyed. And that's what he's trying to do. That the more the war, the more he sells arms, the more money he makes. Obviously, that itself is very, very evil, of course. So that's the evil part of it. That's the bad part of it. But of course, he's power hungry, he's money hungry, he's doing it. Yeah. He believes in it. He wants to do it. That's but all these other streaks are also there. But ultimately, yes, of course, he's a bad guy. Yeah.
And how would you say that was it challenging? Was it an easy thing for you to do, to play such a character?
Nothing is easy, Anushka. Nothing is easy. It is always challenging. Nothing comes easy. There are no free lunches, in life. You have to put in everything you have, every film. And the more time you have spent in the industry, it becomes even more difficult. People say with experience and done so many films must be easy. No, it becomes more difficult because there are more expectations. Then, of course, people have seen me in various roles. People have seen me and with various emotions. And so how do I make it unpredictable? How do I make it interesting? How do I make it engaging? So that becomes a challenge. When you're a newcomer, with done 2, 3 work, not done much of work, it becomes easier. But the more time you spend, it becomes even more difficult. Yeah.
Of course. And with the show itself, in terms of is it all very similar to the English version, or is it like, changed
See,
a
I'll tell
bit?
you what, first of all, we are making an adaptation, obviously, and the producers of the show are the original producers, also one of the producers. There's one in J and there is Ink Factory. So they both are collaborated with Disney Plus Hotstar. So obviously, we're doing it absolutely. They are equally passionate about it, and of course, they hired us so that we can, and the writer and the director and all of us to make it uh, in such a way that it is relatable and engaging for this part of the world. And here, obviously, things are different. The political situation is different. The emotions are different. The characters are different. The way we react is different. The way the socio-political situation of this side of the world is different, and our neighbors are different. What is basically, how do we make it so that people don't feel disconnected and feel they're watching something very foreign?
Mm,
You know,
mm,
so that's the tough part. When you crack that, then it becomes okay. Now we have cracked that. Now I feel we're going in the right direction. Then you start writing it, fleshing it out, and then it's pitched to everybody, and then we make the show.
yeah.
Otherwise, just you can't just, you know, obviously you can't copy it, because you can't copy it, and but of course it becomes an advantage because you have such a great book. You have a show which is fantastic. The performances are fantastic. So you take the good things.
Yeah.
Now you're not stealing it. You're doing it legally.
Mm,
You're doing it because it belongs to you. It is your, it's like you can't, just because for the sake of changing, you don't start changing it.
yeah.
Which is good. What is good, you have to stick to that. And that's what we try to do.
Mm. And let's talk about Aditya Roy Kapur and Sohbita. What would they like to work with?
Wonderful. I can't imagine anybody else but them
Yeah.
performing, Kaveri and Shaan. That's their character's name.
Mm,
Both are great looking, have phenomenal presence, and very earnest, very honest. They've done brilliantly in the show, and this is going to be a turning point in their career. I'm not
wow.
saying it. I'm not trying to patronize, or I'm not trying to be like a senior trying to give, oh, this is what is going to happen. I really mean it, honestly.
Yeah. It's a very stylish show from,
Oh,
from
yeah,
the trailers.
yeah,
Yeah.
it has to be stylish. It has to have that scale.
Yeah.
That's why it becomes engaging. That's why when you make a spy, there have to be beautiful locations. There have to be good-looking people, and it has to have that upscale look, which
Mm,
is people aspire, cannot afford it, but aspire to be. Everybody
mm,
aspires to have those palatial beach homes, and
yeah.
clothes, the fashion, the
Yeah.
choppers, the aircrafts,
Yeah.
all those kind of things, and flying jets, and the champagne and the wine and the food, beautiful looking people discussing. It's very aspirational,
Mm, mm,
glamorous,
yeah.
stylish, and I
Yeah.
think all over the world people have always loved that. No matter where you are, the people love. It's entertainment.
It
It's
is.
it's like feast to the eyes.
Yeah, absolutely. Where was it? Which countries was it shot in?
We shot in Sri Lanka. We shot in India. We shot in Jaisalmer, Rajasthan. We shot in Simla. We shot in Kulu Manali.
Lovely.
Portions we shot in the Middle East, but without the actors. We took some, but the unit went there to shoot that, and various parts of outskirts of Mumbai, in locations which have not been seen
Okay.
and tagged. And they are shot in places where you will wonder where did you find those locations?
Nice.
Shot in this humongous Chinese, built by the Chinese people, the port in Sri Lanka, which is absolutely monstrous looking, you know.
Wow.
And we got this permission to shoot there, and it looks really spectacular.
Wow. I mean, this is it. Like you said, the locations and visually it just adds to it so much.
Of course, I tell you what, you can make a beautiful show, but if the show doesn't have a soul, it'll fall flat.
Yeah.
So it's not all looks. It's we try to put in as much content,
Mm,
layers to it, storytelling,
mm,
performances, to
mm.
make it have, so that it can satisfy all the taste buds of the consumer.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like it does. I mean, I obviously the comparisons are going to be there to the book, to the English version of the show. I mean, does that bother you?
You see, to be honest with you, that's part of life,
Mm,
part of show business, comparisons,
mm,
and you have to, uh, uh, you know, obviously it'll be more with a very minuscule part of section of, and they will do it, and there's nothing wrong in it, and we are ready for it, and ultimately is the majority
mm,
who would see and consume it, and they will give us the feedback, and
mm,
that's what is going to be the ultimate, what we're looking forward to,
mm.
and of course criticism, comparison, that's part of show business. You when you are a, when you're, you're there, out in the people to watch it, you have to be, you've lived all your life, you've done this jobs for so many years,
Yeah.
you're used to all these things, yeah,
No,
and
of
these kind of
course,
things.
absolutely. And you've
And
had such a
I
wonderful.
have, I have, I have, Anushka, I built my career on adaptations. You know, my entire career, all my films, which have been huge successes, and people say they'll compare, and this is
Mm,
not as good as the original, but ultimately they became blockbusters. It might be Wo Saat Din, Ishwar, Beta, and the films which I've done, 24.
yeah.
Uh, they're adapted from a book,
Mm,
so obviously let's say it's not as good as a book. Like Slumdog was a book written by Indian author who wrote it, and it was adapted into a
mm,
screenplay.
mm,
So, and there are so many films which are done, I have done, but most of my films have been usually positive. Whenever
mm.
I have, felt that the story resonates to me, and my gut says I must go for it and go for the kill. And
Well,
Slum and Night Manager is one of them. Yeah.
yeah, I think it just looks really, really good. I'm super, super excited to watch it. Congratulations on such a fantastic trailer. I can't wait for February 17th. So, I'll definitely be binge watching it. And thank you so much for taking the time out and speaking to us. It's really, really nice to speak to somebody like you, an actor who has, such a wonderful legacy of so much craft, and the fact that you keep entertaining us, and hope it never stops. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Bye bye. Thank you.
Thanks, Anushka. You're good to
Thank
look.
you. Thanks.
Thanks.